Hello everyone, welcome to Feather Song Crochet. This is Lynn and welcome to week 2 of the Yarny Inspiration. This is my March series on other things you can do with yarn. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate. I am like 70% Irish, so I feel like I need to, but actually this shirt is the extent of my festivities, so maybe a hard lemonade tonight, I don't know. So let me show you my finished project from last week. Here we are. This is my abstract glued yarn art called Sunrise, Sunset, a Contrast in Autumn. So yeah, so it turned out okay. Now, the thing I didn't like about it was the messiness of the glue. It's very messy. But the thing I did like about it was that you can really take your time. You can make any kind of shape you want. As I showed you last week, there's everything from very simple yarn art to very complex. Mine was an abstract to begin with, and I had the most trouble with the swirls. But as you can see, this oval one was the hardest. Well, this is the first one I did, and then by the end, I got pretty good at doing the swirl down here. And then I did some diagonals and just some loops and lines and curvy shapes. So that's that. So that was last week. This week, I think you're going to love. This week, we're doing, drum roll, string art. Okay, are you guys ready? I think this is going to be fun. For this project, I did a little bit of prep work. My friend Jamie helped me hammer in the nails. And, well, that's basically what he did. So for this project, you're going to need a hammer. You're going to need some nails. Now, these are wire nails, 17 by 7/8, Hillman brand, 1 ounce. So they're just basic little nails. They need a little bit of a head on them. I'll show you that in a minute. So you need nails, and then you need tissue paper. Now, I watched a couple videos on how to do this, so here we go. What you do is you take your tissue paper and you tape the back of it to your wood piece. Now, you can use a small one like this. You can use 8 by 10, however much you want to spend. I got this at Michael's, I think, a couple dollars. And so you need wood, and you could paint this, you could stain it, you can do anything you want to it to begin with. But as I'm talking here, I'll show you some of the pictures of what I found online. There were some really neat things. I thought, wow, you could just about do anything. You could go from very simple to very complex. Again, just like the yarn art. You can use different color nails. You can, it seems almost endless on what kind of string art you could do. But anyway, so the first step is to put your tissue paper over your wood. And then you're going to draw with a pencil. You're going to draw a shape, whatever shape you want. You could do a heart, you could do a star. I happen to choose a bunny since Easter's coming up next month. So, ta-da! Here's my bunny that we're going to get started on. I think he's going to be pretty cute. So, and try to get them all, pretty much the same length, as much as you can. This one looks pretty even. He did a great job. Okay, so let me change the camera angle and we will get started. So then the last thing you have to do is just tear off the tissue paper around the nails, like so. Okay, this is a little bit trickier than how it looked on the video when I watched it. There we go. And ta-da, we are ready for our yarn. So here is our bunny design. You need scissors and yarn. I decided to go with pink. And the first thing that they showed was going around this first nail, just randomly anywhere along the edge. Now we are doing this, we are learning this together, so I haven't even tried any of this yet. You could tie a knot. Let's see. And then, okay, you could tie a knot. And then later, I think I'm going to get a little dab of glue and put it right there. Okay, put my yarn over here. So what you do is you got to do the outline first. So you're going to come around each little nail and around. So as I'm doing this, I kind of told you last week a little bit about myself, so I thought I would share a little more. Back to the beginning, but I'll do it in a nutshell for you. I was born in northern Kentucky and born and raised till I was 13. My parents divorced when I was 12, and my mom and I moved to Florida to be near my cousins, and because my mom had polio when she was a teenager, and she didn't get around in the snow very good in northern Kentucky, so we moved to Florida so she could get a full-time job, after the divorce. So we lived in Tampa for all my teenage years. And let's see. After that, my mom moved back to northern Kentucky. I stayed down there because I had a boyfriend, which after a couple of years did not work out. So I moved my little butt back to northern Kentucky, got a job. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you got to hold that tight. Look at that. Just undid it on me. Okay, let's do this again. Got myself a job in Cincinnati at a hospital there, working as an occupational therapy aide. Woo! Maybe there's an easier way to do this. If there is, I do not know. Because the lady on the video kind of looped and looped. All right, I just got to hold it tight. Okay. So I got a job at a hospital, and I went to college at night because I wanted to get my prerequisites for occupational therapy school, which was in Eastern Kentucky. So I worked in the day and went to Northern Kentucky University at night. And then when I had my prerequisites, I applied to school. I got in the program and got my Bachelor's of Science in Occupational Therapy in the 90s. So, oh boy. Yeah, I'm doing good. Okay, I'm almost done. So that was in a nutshell, that's my, ooh. These two are close together. I might just have to do this one instead. Yeah. So I skipped one, but as we go on, we'll be going over them. So I think it'll be okay. Hope you can guys see what I'm doing. There we go. Now it's getting a little better. Oh, this is going to be so cute. I'm kind of excited. As you can see in the picture, this is where I got the idea from, this little picture here. And they put a little cotton ball on his tail. Isn't that cute? So I think I may do that. I'm not sure. Okay, so now you've gotten this far. All right, now we're going to start going back and forth. We got this far. I'm going to cut the one where we tied the knot. I'm going to cut that string a little bit shorter just to get that excess out of the way. Okay, so now I think I'm going to do, I think what she recommended is doing like, the body separate from the ears, separate from the head. You know what I mean? Oh, and also to push your other yarn down so it doesn't get, all caught up. And basically I don't think there's, well, there's probably a rhyme or reason, but I think if you just go back and forth and make your own kind of cool design, it can look however you want it to look. And you got lots of nails to choose from where you want them to go. And I think if you could change colors if you wanted to. You could let's see. Gosh, you could do maybe it's easier to turn as you do it. Let's see how that goes. Ooh. Okay, now we're going to stop here and I'm going to push these down. Take my scissors because I'm afraid it's going to keep popping off if I don't push them down a little bit. At least here in the body for now. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's keep going. Where was I? So anyway, oh, that's part of his head. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so I stayed in Kentucky, finished my schooling, and darn it, well, you really have to hold these down. And then a recruiter came to our college with job offers, you know, all over the country. They had people from all over the country. Most of my classmates wanted to stay in Kentucky or Cincinnati or where they were, you know, where they were from, which I understood. Now, I ended up moving to Illinois because the hospital that they presented to me was paying the most for stipends. You know, they would give you a, what do you call it? It'd give you money to come work there. And if you worked there 2 years, you didn't have to pay off the loan. And they were giving the biggest sign-on bonus of anyone there. So I'm like, I think I'll sign on with you and I'll just live in Illinois for a little bit, for a couple years, till I pay off this debt to them. And, ooh, come on now. Oh, that's really cute. Till I pay off this debt to them. And they can, and then I'll move back to Kentucky and get a job in Cincinnati somewhere. That was my original plan. Let's put one here. Let's put one here. So, what looks best? I don't know. I think there's a couple on that one. Let's do maybe this one. Maybe this one. Okay, now we're going to head up here and do the head. The body, I think, is mostly done. So now I'm going to work a little bit on the head, and then we're going to move on to the ears. Okay, so anyway, so that was my original plan. Then I met my husband, and it was like the first year I was here. And we were friends, and I made a lot of good friends. I was in Illinois and was having a good time. And let's see, let's try this. You know, I wonder if I needed more nails near the head. Oh well. But then we started out as friends, and then after a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, I was going to move back to Louisville to be closer to my family, but not like next door. And he didn't want me to go. And so we got engaged. We kind of went from friendship to engagement. It's kind of funny, but that was the way it went. And ooh, let's see here. Maybe I'll go over to this one right at the top of the head. There we go. So yeah, I was telling people we went from friendship to engagement, which is okay. It worked out well. And we were married 22 years before he passed away. And we have a daughter who is now 23. Let's see. Let's do this part of the head. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be really cute. I might be able to take this to my craft fair. that I have going on next month. Perhaps I could sell this. I don't know. Okay, let's put one more around here. One more around here. Okay, let's move on up to the ears. So I'm going to do one ear at a time. You know what? I need to push these down again by the ear. But let me know about you guys. I'm doing all the talking. Write down in the comments. First of all, if you're enjoying this, if you think you might try it, and then tell me about your life. I like meeting people. I like hearing everybody's stories. And, you know, that keeps us connected, kind of like the string art. Keeps us connected. See, I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Let's try this one. Yeah, just back and forth, up and down. This really isn't hard. It's just a matter of holding the string and placing it where you want it to go. But other than that, I wouldn't say it's hard. Get down there. It's kind of fun. I like trying new things, so I'm hoping you guys get a kick out of this too. Let's see, maybe one more here. Maybe slide down here for a second. Over to here. Yeah, that ear looks pretty good. Okay. Let's go like this. Oh, we got one more ear left and we are done, folks. Hey, so what do you think? That turned out really cute. Now, I made a mistake here on the end. I left this piece that I first tied, I cut it a couple times. I shouldn't have done that because it made it harder to tie this knot at the end because I ended at the same place where I started. So when you're doing it, leave your initial yarn longer. By the way, this is Hobie yarn. It's weight number 2. So it's fairly thin, but you could use thread if you wanted to, you know, crochet thread, size 1 fingering weight, whatever. But my bunny turned out kind of cute. So I'm going to snip this here and then I'm going to put a dab of glue there and he will be done. He's adorable. And I might even put this little cotton ball on him for his little tail. They actually had that in the picture. I don't know. I'll have to decide. I might go ahead and do that because it makes it even cuter. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. And I hope you learned something new. I like this one. I like this one better than the last week because it's not as messy. And it's just kind of different. I really like it. So if you liked it also, please like and subscribe below. And I think that's it for today. Please comment below also. I'd like to know your thoughts on what we did today. And next week will be week 3, something else new with yarn. I think you're going to like that one too. As I said, we are learning together all these techniques. So it's been fun. So I will see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.